Episode 68. So many people were like, I cannot wait for this episode because
The best one yet.
it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. Hannah's here as always. We need to turn her energy level down.
I'm crazy right now.
Yeah. Oh wait, did you get a coffee that actually has the correct milk
Oh.
dosage?
I got a matcha today with oat milk, so
you're in a good place.
Yeah.
You were telling me last week that oat milk is
I know.
bad.
I was trying to stay away from it, but you know what? Today I was like, I'm gonna cheat.
But what's wrong with oats?
Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with oats. It's just a lot of coffee shops use oat milks that have a lot of additives in it that aren't good for you.
So they can't just be satisfied with regular oats?
Well, no, because it's not creamy enough to where people are going to be satisfied with it.
Okay.
Like if you get like really organic oat milk, it's just oats, water, and like some salt, maybe some vanilla, and it's not like a creamy enough flavor. Whereas like the ones you get like when you get from a coffee shop, and you can also buy at a grocery store, it's got like seed oils in it. It's got all these gums and a bunch of sugar and a bunch of stuff that you don't really need. But It tastes better, but it's not good for you.
Okay. That makes sense. Do you mind that I have that above your head?
No.
Okay.
Whoa.
Nice. All right. So what's new? What's been going on?
What's new? Nothing really. Just trying to survive most days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You in a good place?
The other day, no, absolutely not.
Did you have a meltdown again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Didn't you? So this is a different meltdown than the previous week?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the same stuff, but I had a really good talk with one of my friends who I used to live with, and now he's back home for a bit and he's about to move back in like a month or so. We had like a really long talk the other day, and I was kind of just like venting to him about life and how I feel like really lonely and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, can I be honest? And I was like, yeah, of course. And he's like, and maybe I should have told you this a long time ago. And I'm like, oh God, like what gut-wrenching fact is he going to spit to my face? And then he's like, I just think sometimes, he's like, and I've never felt this way personally about you, but he's like, I think sometimes there's just certain people who don't feel valued by you in your life. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I think sometimes you just get like too ahead of yourself and you just think about like where you're going and how you're going to get there rather than like cultivating the friends that you have right now. And I was like, you're not wrong. I think I definitely do have that issue, but I think I also like not trying to justify for why I'm not like a great communicator at times, but I also do just have a lot of mental health issues that I need to get help for, that I think deters me from being the person that I know I really am and can be. And I think some people are just like maybe off-put by the way that sometimes I can't handle myself, and they see it in a different way than for what I'm actually going through. And that just like set me into a whole spiral where I'm like, oh my God, am I a shitty person? Does everybody hate me? And yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that everybody gets an opinion, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your opinion.
Yeah, which I understand, and I anyone can think what they want. Like I'll be the first person to say like, yeah, I know I do have an issue like that, but I think though people who really, really know me and really are good friends of mine know me for me, and they know that like if there's ever a time where I'm not talking to somebody or whatever, that it's not me being like, oh, like I don't value this person. It's like, oh, Hannah's going through something, and they see it for that rather than being like, maybe we're not really friends, when it's like, no, I just have my own issues.
Sure. I mean, we're all doing our best. I think, it's just like it's a crazy climate. It's a crazy world. I mean, it's like not even, it's just so funny the way so many people look at so many different things. And it's just everybody views things through our own lens. And it's like you could be in your bed spiraling, and then like people could think you're fine because you posted a picture that says Thursday vibes, just to throw people
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's really hard to understand what everybody is experiencing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I did the whiskey with Michelle on
Mhm.
Monday, and you should come sometime. It's fun. It's like they're a good band, and it's like you should come
Wait,
watch.
wait, what did you do?
I was at the Whiskey A Go Go on Sunset.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
was
but
like, I didn't perform there. I
oh,
host. I did one song with the band, but
yeah.
I hosted, and Michelle dances with them, and so it's fun.
Aw, that's fun.
Yeah, so you should come sometime. It's on Mondays, and you're probably not doing anything.
Every
Um,
Monday. I usually work Mondays,
all
but
right, well, till when?
till like 11.
Okay, you're right. You don't have to go. Anyways, so I'm there, and I'm introducing myself to the bands because I gotta get their introductions and whatever. And
Yeah.
this girl walks in, one of the band members, and she's like, "Who the fuck has cocaine? I need cocaine right now. I need some fucking cocaine." And she was just projecting, and I was just, I couldn't believe it because I was like, first off, do people still do cocaine? Because
Oh God. Yeah.
with how dangerous it is, like with all the people with the fentanyl and everything.
It's it's bad. Like, I mean, luckily I've got way too much anxiety to do it. So I
Hmm.
don't like doing it. But I mean, when I was going to Barney's all the time, like, my friends who are like 21, the age range of like 21 to 24, 25, they are coke fiends. And I'm
Hmm.
like, they're like, do you want a bump? And I'm like, no, babe, I'm good. Like, keep that
Do,
shit to yourself.
do they carry like Narcan with them just in case?
No,
That is the dumbest fucking
I
thing in the
know.
world.
And especially too, like, especially after Mac Miller died, I was like, nah, I'm okay.
Mac Miller, like two comics a couple years ago, like just
Yeah,
constantly.
it's just like if people that famous are getting bad shit, like God forbid, this little 21-year-old who's getting their coke from Lord knows where, like, how do you know it's safe?
Yeah, well, it's just like there's the sentence, and it's my sentence, but I always say that there's a difference between uh, feeling bulletproof and having never been shot at, and when you're 21, you're fucking bulletproof.
Yeah.
You don't think anything bad can happen to you. You don't think any sort of weird shit can attack you. You're just like, I'm gonna do all this coke, and tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be completely fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you think so? A lot of people are still doing it.
Yeah. It's like the, I mean, if people, especially like if people are out drinking, like the people are definitely still doing the cocaine.
They're doing the cocaine now. Are they like? And I mean, I'm not like like I'm not an idiot. I mean, I've been alive a while, but like like when you because I know that I hear a lot that the young people aren't having sex as much as like people did before. So like, at are there a lot of hookups after Barney's? You think there's a lot of one night stands going on?
Totally. I think
Really?
maybe not to like what it used to be. Well, and especially like when I was in college, the college culture is a little bit different. But I think too, um, a lot of a lot of this like younger crowd who's going out to the bars, a lot of them moved out here and didn't go to college. So I think they're almost in a way having that same experience where they're like just hooking up just to hook up. I
Hmm.
don't think it's as like rambunctious as when you're in a college experience or as crazy as it used to be in different times. But oh yeah, it's definitely still like a thing. Um, I think it's more so nowadays though, like people try to some extent to get to know somebody a little bit before, but it's inevitable. People still definitely have one night stands and hook up after they just meet somebody.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Um, okay, so you're in the age where your generation is like all about social media, and it's just like it's all in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Is the amount of followers important to people?
It's like a yes and no. I mean, I couldn't care less. Like you could be somebody with like a million plus followers and I don't know who you are and I don't give a fuck who you are and I don't care how many followers you have. And then there's also on the other hand when there's you know, especially like you go out to a house party, especially, and there's so many people like, oh, who do you know here? How many followers do you have? Like, oh,
People ask that.
yeah, it's crazy. And like, or you know, they'll follow you because you exchange info with somebody, and then I think they'll be like, oh, they actually don't have that many followers, and they'll unfollow you the next day. It's like, wait, what just happened? I thought we were cool.
Yeah, there's so many different, like, I can't tell you how many times someone, like, when people are like follower building, they'll follow you, you'll follow them back, and then like you'll, like, a couple days later you'll look back and be like, wait a minute, you unfollowed me? I haven't even posted anything. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think especially with like the younger generation nowadays, like they are so concerned about followers and social media and everything. And I think like, yeah, it can help you, especially like if you're in a career of like entertainment or whatever. But I think it's at the end of the day, like, especially like for an artist per se, like, you know, you could have a million followers on Instagram or TikTok, but like, can you actually sell out a show?
Yeah, it's got to be, it comes down to that. Like, for me, going from, I used to look at, you have like what, 20, 18, 19, 15,
14.
14. I
Yeah.
used to look at that as like an astronomical amount of followers, because I think I lived at like
Yeah.
4,000 for the longest time. I'm like, wow, she's so cool. She has 14,000 people who give a fuck. And now
Yeah.
I'm almost to 90, and it's
Yeah.
like my life is exactly the same, other than I just have way more
Yeah.
haters, way more
Yeah.
people.
Well, and especially nowadays too, like that the algorithm or whatever has changed a little bit. So it's like you can get all these followers, but not everyone's going to see your content. So like back when I had, I don't know, like 7,000 to 10,000 followers. I mean, I used to have more. I think the most followers I ever had was like 21 or 22,000. And then I lost so many of them because I stopped posting thirst traps all the time.
Mhm.
But back in like 2018, 2019, you know, I could get like 2,000 likes on a picture, no problem. Now it's like I'm lucky if I get 300 people to like even see my posts and stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, like your follower count doesn't really matter.
No, it
It's really
doesn't.
just like, are people engaging with it? Is it actually even, are people even actually seeing it? It's like, I don't know, it's a whole game and it's dumb. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree, but like I take pride in the fact that like every one of my silly back porch videos gets at least 10,000,
yeah,
and I love that, and I think that's cool. And it's like I've had two in a row that got over 1 million, and it's just like the comments are bananas. It's like
yeah,
I don't know where these people live. Like where do they learn stuff?
yeah.
Because it's crazy. It's like they come at you personally. I'm like, I don't even fucking know you.
I mean, it's just like it's just insane to me because I think like I've got quite, you know, to at least my belief, I've got a quite mature head on my shoulders, and I'm like, I just would never go online and just randomly comment on someone's post that I don't know and like say something hateful. I just think that's wacko.
Yeah, it's bananas. And like these things are just like, I had this guy, he posted. So again, I told you about the Kid Rock joke, right? Or
Yeah,
did I? Okay.
yeah,
So the kid, like Kid Rock, you mention that guy, and you touch a nerve. Like half of America's like, how fucking dare you? And
yeah,
and most people just get it and don't care. Like, so this guy comes on, and the joke was like, Kid Rock makes the music for people who tell dad jokes but don't pay child support. Like,
yeah,
that when, and this guy comes on and goes, first off, I've been married for 29 years. And I'm like, why did you send me a resume? What is this?
yeah.
What am I going to do? Go, oh, this guy sure taught me. Shut the fuck up. It's so weird.
You're like, can I get your cover letter too at least? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Come on, make an effort. It's so crazy to me. But yeah, that's weird about like follower stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you heard this. So they just sent a rocket from Florida to outer space because there's people who went up there for 6 days for a
Mm.
mission, and they've been up there months. They've been in space for months
Oh,
because
they're stuck or something, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Would
there's
you?
something wrong with their something, and now they're trying to like get another craft up there to like bring them back down.
No, they sent the other craft up there. I think either to give them the tools to fix the stuff they
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
but like they don't look happy. And would you ever go into space?
Unless it's like a life or death situation, we need to go to another planet. Absolutely not.
There's no fucking way. And it's like it's the same. It's the exact same thing as like, would you ever get in? You know that sub that got squished?
Oh, absolutely not. Never.
What the fuck? Who?
Never.
What would you do? Like, not one part of me is like, hey, do you want to go 2 miles underwater to look at moss covering a boat that sunk?
Yeah.
No, not
No way.
me. I don't get it. People are so insane.
Like I'm so claustrophobic that like
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with that going underwater. But then like I don't know, going up into space, it's also just like that's terrifying to me. Also, I'm like, what if you get up there and you're like, oh, this actually isn't real. It's all a simulation.
Yeah. Like that movie they just made.
What movie?
The movie that with Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson about how they faked the moon landing.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what movie?
Dude, once you get out of bed, you will learn so much stuff. Honestly, if you open those windows in your room, I swear to God, the sun is shining.
You know, I don't even have blinds on my windows, so they're wide open.
Okay.
Wait, which movie is this?
I don't know what it's called, but it's about how they faked the moon landing.
I mean, not to put on my tinfoil hat here, but sometimes my mom will kill me because she's such a NASA nerd. But I mean, half the time I'm like, but was it real?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know it's real when they like. Do you remember that lady who drove like 38 hours straight in a diaper suit from NASA to kill her husband or whatever, or to try to? She like she didn't even stop. She had a suit on so she could. She didn't need to
What?
go to the bathroom. She drove 38 hours. It was a story. It was a while ago. Yeah, it was a woman astronaut just wanted to kill somebody else over a guy, so she drove like 38 hours. I don't know. I can't remember what happened, but yeah, I mean, the fact that they can make those suits, I'm convinced.
I mean, yeah, of course they can make the suits, and like not to say that we haven't been to the moon now, but it's like, did we go then, or was it?
Oh, come on. This is the dumbest thing. Of course we did. If you're gonna have
Were you there? Do you approve?
no, but I believe in cameras and I believe in telescopes
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
and I believe in the fact that there's trash on the moon that they've taken pictures of. What do you think? Someone put that there? Come
I don't
on.
know. Maybe it was aliens.
Like, okay, what do you gain by not believing? Like, how's your life better?
No, I'm not saying I don't believe it 100%, but every so often I'm like, but what if?
Earth flat or round?
Okay, it's round. I'm not that dumb.
Okay, how do you know? How do you know?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, what if there are walls and there's a secret part of the earth that we've never been to?
You're fascinating.
I mean, think about it. There's like 90% of the ocean we've never been to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like there could be mermaids, there could be aliens under the water. What's out there?
Yeah. I mean,
Why is there half of Antarctica that we're not allowed to go to, yet every single country has a military base in Antarctica?
because damn it, abominable snowmen are rampant. Abominable? Maybe it's abominable. I don't know.
Abominable. Wait.
See, it's a tough word.
Abominable. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna try.
Okay, so there you go. All right, so you're laughing and happy now, and and you said you've been struggling. Do you go to therapy?
I've been in and out of therapy throughout my life, and I have a few friends right now who like know what I'm going through, who are like begging me. They're like, Hannah, you need to see somebody, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I need to go. I need to be back in it. I need to vent to somebody other than my coworkers who are like, this is just fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I wholeheartedly believe in it, and I think honestly everybody should be in therapy.
What's holding you up? Is it a monetary thing?
No, not really. I don't know what's holding me back other than like, God, my to-do list is like weeks long of things I got to do.
Yeah, but can't you just write this on the top of it? No one's gonna care.
No, I know. It's more so just like, okay, Hannah, like do. Like I honestly, I'm like, I should see a freaking psychiatrist who could maybe get me on. Maybe I need to go back on medication. Maybe I should get some Adderall, like, so I can actually do something for once in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think they said that I read this article. It said that the three symptoms of people who should be in therapy are people who shut down when they get coconut milk instead of oat milk, uh, people who stay in bed for sometimes days. Oh, and the third one, and it's kind of similar to what you're going through, think that the people on the moon were fake. Those are the three main reasons that
Oh
you go to
God,
therapy.
maybe I should be in a mental institution.
I don't know, dude. But I think you should go to therapy. It's wonderful. When I was in therapy, I thought it was the greatest thing. It was I mean, like I spoke to. I had a checkup the other day, and it was great. And I was like, did I tell you about the weird grief thing I was going through of where and I apologize. As an old dude, I sometimes forget and tell the same story. So if I have told you this, stop me. Did I tell you about when I was going through like the grief for my dad and I was afraid to go for walks because I thought cars were going to come up on the curb and kill me? Did I tell you that?
No, but I had a similar issue when I was younger, but keep going. I'll
Okay.
talk after.
Okay. So I had all of this the grief that I experienced through the stuff from my dad was like I had like agoraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to leave. I was afraid that it was just all this crazy fear. And I got to a point where I was in Atlanta and I was on a walk and I was like, I can't do this. Some car is going to jump the curb and kill me. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to fucking call. And so I got on the phone with my therapist and she was fantastic. She said, all right. She goes, all right, think of yourself as a corporation. And maybe this advice is helpful for you.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, think of your mind as like your whole body, your whole existence as a corporation. And she's like, now what's the best version of you? And I was like, oh, I'm a good partner. I pay bills. I'm on time. I'm responsible. And I listed all these things. She goes, all right, that version of you is the CEO. She's like, and the other emotions that you have and the other feelings that you're going through are different employees. They're like the boards of directors, but you're the
Mm-hmm.
CEO. And when you have a board meeting, all of those other people are going to have an opinion, like
Mm-hmm.
fear and anxiety and terror and all these different things. They all have an opinion, but you're the CEO. You get to decide what's happening. They don't get to decide. So she goes, give them a sort of patronizing name, like a name like sweetie or honey, and let them speak. Let them go through
Mm-hmm.
like whenever the fear pops up or whatever it is. Let them say it, and then be like, "Okay, buddy, that's cool." And then
Yeah.
you make all the decisions. And oh my gosh, it was like it realigned me. It got me out of it immediately. I was able to use those tools to
Yeah.
get back, and so that's it. That's why I was thinking about therapy because you're like, I can't break this rut. I can't break this rut, and I'm just like, do you go to therapy? That's why I was just throwing it out there.
Well, I mean, yes, I should be back in it, but when I was younger, I had a really insane fear of death, like that
Hmm.
came out of nowhere.
Okay.
I mean, my mom used to tell this story that when I was really young, she'd be like, "Oh, go play outside," and I would be like crying, like, "No, the Civil War soldiers are gonna come out and kill me." She's like,
Didn't you live on a haunted?
I mean, yes, but my mom's like, where did you get this from? Like, what Civil War soldiers are gonna come out and kill you?
Hmm?
I mean, yes, like I did grow up in like Civil War mania, but also my dad was a big history buff, so he used to watch war movies all the time. So like, I don't know if maybe subconsciously I like saw something and just thought this was gonna happen to me, but like, I mean, I don't really have memory of ever saying that. But then when I was in first grade, I had like a huge panic attack. I was on the way home from doing a show because I was in theater. I was on the way home from doing a show, and I just like immediately was like, I felt like I was having a heart attack. I couldn't breathe, and I started like freaking out in the back of my dad's car. And I was like, I can't feel my heartbeat. Like I'm dying. Like we got home, and he like has a stethoscope up to my chest, and he's like, "You're fine. Like your heart is beating." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm dying." And then like from for years after that, it was like every night I would have what I called the feeling. And it was basically just me having a panic attack every night because I was either scared that I was going to die while I was falling asleep or that someone was going to come through my window and murder me. So my parents used to have to sit on the edge of my bed and wait for me to fall asleep. But when I went to go visit one of my friends in second grade, she had moved to Wyoming. And I remember there was like a park literally across the street from her house. And she's like, let's go to the park. Like, we just have to walk across this crosswalk and we'll go to the park. And I was like, I'm not crossing the crosswalk unless I have a parent watching me because a car is going to come out of nowhere and hit me. Like, I just had like anything that could go wrong. I just immediately was like, something's going to kill me.
That's tough. That's tough to walk around with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna therapy. Just throwing it out there. Okay, let's see. Jesus, we should rapid fire the rest of this because there's like a million topics and we just kind of got on a thing. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think your best quality is?
My best quality is oh my God, so many dogs. My best quality is probably I'm like very understanding of other people. Like, I'm very empathetic and I can like put myself in other people's shoes, you know, and I can kind of just like understand where people's heads are at.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. What about
you? My ability to use humor to disarm pretty much every situation.
True.
Yeah, I mean, like I can very easily make people laugh. It's not a bad thing to make people happy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. If you had 3 wishes.
Oh gosh. Okay. If I had 3 wishes, I would wish for an abundance of financial stability and I'd never have to worry about money ever again.
Okay.
I would wish that I could travel the world free of charge.
Well, wouldn't it matter because you have enough money to
Whatever, but I want to travel. Okay, I've never been off of North America, so
do you have a passport?
Whatever. I have actually my passport's expired. I need to get a new passport. So
oh God, no! Please don't put it on the list, please. Please, you'll fucking start. Your brain will squish.
And then last wish would be that I win an Oscar.
Oscar, travel, tons of money.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to win an Emmy. I want to maintain health as long as I possibly can.
True. Okay, that's a good one.
And the freedom to do whatever I would like. Like I always sort of have that. Like I just want to be happy.
I guess I wish I could eat whatever I want and like never worry about my health or gain a pound from it.
Oh, you're adding wishes now? the genie's like, bitch, are you kidding?
Just say that was a good one. Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. Okay. How do you wish you were a better person?
I wish I had better communicating skills, even when my anxiety is through the roof. I think that's like the one thing that stops me is I don't know how to organize my life and deal with needing to speak to people that I need to speak to. It's probably like my biggest thing.
Even though you have the ability to understand others, you don't have the ability to communicate what you're going through.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're a handful. God bless the person. That's fun. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm a pretty good person. I wish
Carissa's verse perfect.
No, I didn't say that. I mean, like, I wish I didn't have miniature like rage. I don't have like not rage is the wrong word, but sometimes I get obsessively irritated with something when it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll still be like, oh, that guy's playing Laugh Factory. You know what I mean? It's just like it's the dumbest thing to think.
Who is it?
I mean, whomever. It's just like I'm just like it's the silliest thing in the world. I mean, we're all living our life. We're all looking at the world through our own lens. Who am I to give a fuck about whatever someone else is doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen the latest craze that everybody has? The girls around your age the Squishmellows. Have you seen those?
I mean, they've been around for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not into. I mean, they're squishy. They're quite soft. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but like I'm like I don't have it. I've got my little stuffed animal I've had since I was born. He's missing an eye. He's missing some fur, and that's about all I need.
It's cool. Yeah, Michelle has one, and she's obsessed with it.
I mean, they do have like really big ones. I'm like,
Yeah.
that might be like comfy to use. Like, I don't know.
She's got a huge one.
Yeah, like when you're like laying on a couch or something. Like,
Yeah, she fucking loves it. It's just the funniest thing. I walked in, I forgot she had it, and she sleeps later than I do, and I walked in after my walk this morning, and I was like, "Are there 3 people in bed? Like, what's going on?"
oh my gosh.
No.
Speaking of like, I mean, you're not really like seeing things, but
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know what it is, but recently I'm having like, I'm like, God, maybe I should really be in therapy. But recently I've been having like this like a split of a second, like hallucination almost. I'll like see something. Like last night at work, I was outside, like about to walk into like one of the entrances, and there was a stool right in front of me, and I kind of like turned and almost walked into a stool, and for a second I thought it was a panther, and I was like scared, and I'm like, why is there a panther in front of me? And then I was like, oh, it's a stool. But this keeps happening to me. It's like I see something for a second and completely think it's something else, and then I'm like, oh, oh my God, am I going crazy?
That would be the greatest game ever. Stool or panther? Remember that I used to do hot dogs or legs?
Yeah, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
stool or panther?
But I'm like, what is wrong with me that I'm like, for a split second, I'm really seeing something that's not it.
What's the most important thing to you?
Oh gosh. Right now, probably like my dog, my career, my health, even though I'm like need to be taking better care of my health, but probably my dog.
Dog? It's a good
Yeah.
answer. Good answer. I would go with health or Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Weirdest quirk you'd put up with?
Oh, weirdest quirk I put up with. Ooh, I don't know. You go first.
I guess I could deal with like it makes my skin like I mean I think the older I get, the more like how we were talking about icks last week.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really think I have any. I mean, it's just like people are quirky, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like I think I could, if I loved the person, I could put up with a lot.
No, I mean, God, I mean, I've told you my failed relationships. I clearly put up with a lot.
That's me dumping a person.
So, yeah, gosh, but I don't know, like, what like a weird quirk would be that I would be like, yeah, fine with it.
Okay. Do you like? Uh, okay. Every time. Okay. You're dating someone who was a practical joker, and
Okay.
every time you'd be like, I need hand sanitizer, and he'd be like, here you go, babe, and he'd hand you this hand sanitizer, but it would secretly be corn syrup, and you'd be like, squish, son of a bitch. Like he was a practical joker, and he would like take your dog for 3 days and just be like, just kidding, babe, here's your dog.
Okay, well, that's too far.
Okay, all right, well,
Um,
we'll move on. Favorite driving music?
um, gosh, I don't know like what genre I would consider this. It's not quite EDM, but it's kind of like in that wheelhouse, but a little more chill. Have you heard of Fred again?
Is that a band?
No, it's this guy. He's kind of like a DJ, but
Okay.
like it's not like crazy EDM music where it's like dubstep or something where it's like, that hurts. It's like very chill and like melodic and it's nice. I don't know.
So Fred again is your driving music.
Yeah. Either that or honestly, half the time I listen to meditation music. I put on some nice frequencies and I'm like, ah.
Nice. I like country, so I like
Oh,
when I'm driving.
really?
Country's just like basically like the Eagles, It's just like anybody who likes the Eagles. Don't you make that face at me, woman? I didn't make that face when you said Fred again.
You don't even know who it is.
Doesn't matter who wants to drive to EDM music. That would make
But
me.
it's not. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like not the typical EDM music you're thinking of.
I'm sure it is.
No, you'll have to listen to it.
Okay, and I'll do that. I will.
My distaste for country music comes for, obviously I grew up in redneck country, but country music used to come on the radio all the time growing up, and we used to have a lot of back roads that were like super windy, and I used to get really car sick as a kid, and I just relate hearing country music to getting car sick. So every time I hear country music, it literally makes me nauseous.
That's so funny. No, I get it. It's totally fine. All right. Eggs. How do you like your eggs done?
Scrambled and like slightly well done. It can't be too juicy.
Okay, I'm over medium. Plain or crunchy peanut butter?
Plain.
Crunchy. Veggies or steak?
Veggies. I don't like steak.
Yeah, I don't really like steak, but I should have wrote chicken salad because I like chicken salad. Netflix and chill, or bitch, buy me dinner first.
Oh my God, buy me a dinner first. If our idea of a first date is Netflix and chilling,
Okay.
Wrong.
I would say there's no way to say it, phrase this without sounding horrible. I'd buy the bitch dinner first. Soup or salad?
Salad.
Grapes or soup? I like soup. No, I like salad. Soup, grapes or candy?
Grapes.
I gave up candy, so grapes.
I'm not like so big of a candy person.
Yeah, well, you'll live longer. Sugar sucks. Favorite sport to have a beer and watch?
Probably football.
Football?
Yeah.
Right on. I'm going to go with baseball, but only if I'm there and there's a hot dog involved. There you go. All right. That was good. Good episode, buddy. Anything? Oh, say the thing.
Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on YouTube.
Wait. Start again. I'll do sign language for it.
Okay. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment down below what you want to hear us talk about next.
That's good. All right. Good job. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.